Loko tshwisa sweswo mixer Vision FM hi loko hi nghene ka nongonoko Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike. Ni nga ni khensa swinene Adonai Street for giving me this opportunity to join with the masses of our people, the chorus music lovers, on Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike. And thank you so very much. Muna mingse laka 88.5 megahertz. Na muna mingse laka 90.0 megahertz. Of course, na muna mingse laka 101.7 megahertz. Na muna mingse laka audio streaming www.visionfm.co.za. Khensa swinene kasi lava ku teka nkarhi lowani ni amukela vanghana va mina ka Facebook. Thank you so very much, friends, for joining me on Facebook, and I really appreciate you. We're going to have a great time. This is Tonic Symphonies on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. Kasi Steve now knowing Salaka audio streaming wherever you might be. One beautiful thing about music is that it speaks all languages, and I know you're going to enjoy yourself, more especially because tonight we are going to be looking at one of the most beautiful music in South Africa. And when we talk about choral music with accompaniments of orchestras, which has a rich history, because it was not always like that. You know, I tiba choral music kuimbeleriwa himarito ntsena maritumo saseka swinene swilo saseka. That is why even now many people are still resistant of the accompaniment of instruments on choral music. But I must be honest with you, the beauty of choral music is so wonderful that even if it is vocals alone without accompaniment, is so beautiful. But it is limited to language. The idioms of that particular language. But when you come with accompaniments, it transcends languages. That's why this evening I want to have you sitting down, enjoy yourself as I give you some of the beautiful music from some of the beautiful and powerful choirs and music groups in South Africa. Sungula very similar takanabona, Voices of the Nation. Voices of the Nation. That's VON. Kasi ba imbela ri similar tsariwe ke cinisela sibisi kasi rona risimu ra kona rita ri ku ngiyakholwa mi ta tsundzuka leri I ripfumelo ra vakreste ngiyakholwa kasi Voice of the Nation loko Bible conductor yona hi yena Xolani Nqasana ni ta ku tiphineni swin'we madabya namuntlha ri karhi hi yingisela risimu leriwani ngiyakholwa hi bona Voices of the Nation kumbe VON tiphini hi vunandzi bya vuyimbeleri.
eka vayingiseri vo rhandzeka va Vision FM hi mi tivisa leswaku N'wavumune na Sonta hi ta mi tlangela vunanga bya gospel ntsena.
Mina ni vona ku inyana so. Mire dina a 1, a 2, a 3, a
4. Strictly gospel. Gospel music eka Vision FM. Tlangela tinsimu leti nga ta tlakusa moya wa wena. U ta kateka, u katekile. Un'wana na Sonta ntsena eka Vision FM.
From sweswo mixer of Vision FM ke lava khensa swinene vuyimbeleri bya kahle lebyi a byi ta na vona Voice of the Nation va ku ngiyakholwa kasi byi ri vuqambi bya qinisela CBC kasi mixer wa Vision FM madyambe namuntlha hi ta eka wena hi timbili leti tshovekeke hikuva hi lahlekeriwile hi wun'wani wa tinhenha loko hi lavusa eka choral music fraternity hi vulavula hi Dr. Sambo. Dr. Sambo, we call him the international MC, international program director. Anga wanuna loyi a hoxeke xandla swinene loko hi langutisa eka nhluvukiso wa vuyimbeleri bya choral etikweni ra hina ra Afrika-Dzonga. Kasi loko hi langutisa timhaka ta ku va tikhwayere ta hina ti va na ti-accompaniments or instrumentation, i wanuna loyi a tirheke swinene hikuva loko hi va 2000 le a Kapa tikhwayere ku vuriwa leswaku ti fanele ti va na ti-accompaniments, ti-adjudicators lavo vo basa va ve va yima va ku tikhwayere ta vanhu va ntima they are not to the standard that they can have orchestration. Kambe black adjudicators or African adjudicators stood firm but no ways our choirs are competent enough. And guess what, after the competitions swi endlekile leswaku all the choirs they did extremely well. So look, if I love the accompaniments namuntlha, I want to encourage you to love and appreciate these accompaniments. They did not come that easy. They came a long way. Kasi madame namuntlha ni pfumeleli tlangela ni ku tsundzukane na leyi Dr. Sambo, our international program director. Nta swi endla tano hi ku kombela un'wani wa ti-directors ta music eka Dr. SJ Khosa Music NPC ku nga project leyi tivaka leswaku hi lava ku hlayisa ni ku yisa amahlweni mintirho ni vuyimbeleri ni migingiriko ya tatana Dr. SJ Khosa lavawani i kulukumba ngoma lava va nga ta vulavula na hina va tlhela va langutisa eka koxa chandla ka tatana Dr. Sambo eka vuyimbeleri bya choral. Madame namuntlha hi lava ku twa leswaku vona va ri yini, kasi loko i twa risimu leri ri nga ku ku n'ununguteni hi vona Dr. SJ Khosa loko va ku mintirho ya vulavula hakunene. Loko Dr. Sambo va ha etlele namuntlha hi vula leswaku mintirho ya vona ya amahlweni yi vulavula, and lebyiwani kumbe swichachani leswiwani hi yona mintirho ya vanhu va ku fana na tatana Ngoma hikuva i nkulukumba loyi loko swi ta ka instrumentation a nga na passion swinene, ene leyiwani i mintirho ya yena nkulukumba loyi a tirheke swinene ekusuhi na Dr. Sambo. A hi tiphinini emadyambyini namuntlha hi migingiriko ya wanuna loyi hi nge Dr. Sambo, our international program director. Ta tlhela ni ku nyika madyambu namuntlha lahaya na lahaya swintsongo swa leswi nkulukumba loyiwani a swi vuleke hi twa leswaku u ri yini, mpfumela leswaku swi ta ku tlhavula swinene. Inkomo. Thank you. Oh yes, thank you. A hi tweni tatana Ngoma ku ri u ri yini.
Good evening, Pastor Strike. Though we meet under a very dark cloud of the passing on of the great Dr. Sambo. I am Lindumuzi Mgoma, one of the directors, if you may like to call it, of the SJ Khoza MPC. We came together when we started the whole project, and I was assigned to look after the orchestration part of the competitions. The reason being that I have a passion for orchestra music. I personally played from an early age of 15, the violin, cello. In my work experience over the years, much as I started singing in a choir, but then I was playing the instrument, and then growing up later, I was involved as project manager of the National Choir Festival, where I was able to do a collection or start appreciating South African compositions. And I was enjoying these songs. Some of them I couldn't even understand the language because I'm Zulu. But the long and short of the story is that, you get these language challenges as you go along. I was involved in Afrikaans Orpheus, but you hear these beautiful compositions, but then you find that not everybody is able to express themselves fluently and start enjoying the music because of the language challenge and barrier. Now, as an instrumentalist, I decided why? Because I've done a bit of music. Well, I grew up in music. I never really had a degree in music, but I did a lot of music from growing up. I'm in a position to write and read and interpret music. So this is a school I got from my old man. Unfortunately, he's passed on. He was a real Pan-Africanist. He said anything any other nation can do, we as Africans can also do. So when he taught us music, it was not being taught just for the sake of sounding like Europeans. It was our sounds. We must be able to capture our sounds and use them to be able to express ourselves even internationally. So this is an opportunity I took and started collecting all the compilations I had of the music and arranging them for strings, because my forte is strings. So you see, if you listen to string arrangements, it's very simple. The first violin is soprano. The second violin is alto. The viola, which is like the third violin, is tenor. And then the cello becomes bass or the double bass. So we have that kind of four-part harmony without the challenge. I took that arrangement of the choirs and put it into what we call string arrangements. Now, that the beauty of this whole exercise, and when you actually understand the idiom of the language and you start interpreting the music, is that the more you do the arrangements, it's the more you go into the actual composer's mind. It's like you are now the composer. The music comes into you and you express it, you take it out. That's the first avenue. Now, after writing it that way, then you are able to now bring it to other musicians and say, this is what I was able to take out of this music, which was written in tonic sol fa, do re mi fa, which they couldn't read in the first place. Now they can read, they see it in staff notation. Then the only difference now, you're actually explaining them the nuances. That instead of saying low, you go up in certain areas. Like, for instance, a simple example is a triplet. You know, in the north, most of the time the triplets are 1-1-2, 1-1-2, or 1-2-1, 1-2-1. In the south, like in Xhosa, for instance, when the clients are, it's 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. It's the same triplet. Now, when you're in a different area, it's going to be 1-1-2, 1-1-2, or 1-2-1, 1-2-1. In the south, you're going to be 1-2-3, 1-2-3. And that nuance makes the difference in the sound, the idiom. And the other thing which makes that whole difference is what we call idiom. You move with the people, you feel the people, Now, orchestration, as I said, it doesn't have this language bias, where when you play a sound to me as a song, a melody, I won't say, no, I don't want to listen to song. But when it's orchestrated, you first listen to it. Now, the beauty, as I said, of this thing is that when it's written this way, we can take it to anywhere in the world. And anybody in China, in Mongolia, in the US, Chile, or wherever, they will play that same music the same way.
a wu nga khomiwi hi xivundza eka nkarhi lowu wa lockdown. Vision FM yi ta ku seta, yi ta ku bela tinjhaba ntsena, wena wo pfulela u tshika.
So ke mingser wa Vision FM kasi indlela leyo hiloko hi ri karhi hi famba swin'we eka nongonoko Tonic Symphonies. Ni pfumeleli tanihi laha ni ku tshembiseka kona ni ku nyika u twa rito ra nhenha leyi hi vulavulaka hi yona ku nga vona Dr. Sambo lava va nga our international program director ku ya hi vona wanuna loyi loko a ri stagini ku vula ntiyiso mi ta hleka, mi ta tiphina, mi ta twa ku nandziha ka vuyimbeleri bya choral hambi ku ri mimphikizano ya choral.
But wena odayisayo ngicela ukuthi uma sekuperforma la ungadayisi ngoba that is no more a service, it's a disservice. Please ubuke na uhlanganiphile mngani wami uma ubona ukuthi enyala singaculi la ungenza nje uyiqosha-qoshele imadlana kodwa lokuthi sithi sisebenza la bese hayi Serimula Performing Arts from Lesotho, backstage fumana mezzo soprano. Ake sihlale phansi ngikhulume manje. Hlala phansi ngikhuluma. I'm not an MC, I'm a Defense Force MC. Now uyakwazi lokho. Hlala phansi sobe sibingelela nemva kwesikhathi. Babu Meya, wena sisuka nani nethimba lakho yo retinue sisakhathala phela igama lithi the mayor and his entourage. Igama lakudala amagama manje uma ufunda the mayor and his retinue. Akusashiwo lento yena ukuthi the mayor and his entourage. Sesibuke ukuthi ubuyaphi wena manje. Now Babu Mayor and your retinue and all of you in your capacities and portfolios of various descriptions, from the diminuendo to the crescendos of your various stations of life, comprehensively so, because I don't want to be caught up in the paralysis of analysis. Lest I suffer from nervous breakdown that is sick leave without pay. I don't want to disturb my medulla oblongata because that is the hub of the nervous system la kimi. Senginibingelele njalo.
Eka vayingiseri vo rhandzeka va Vision FM hi mi tivisa leswaku wa vumune na sonta hi ta mi tlangela vunanga bya gospel ntsena.
Mina ni vona ku inyana so. Mira dina a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4.
Hina Strictly Gospel. Gospel music eka Vision FM. Tlangela tinsimu leti nga ta tlakusa moya wa wena. U ta kateka, u katekile. Munhu un'wana un'wana na sonta ntsena eka Vision FM.
Kasi hindela leyo mixer wa Vision FM ilokeri kari amahlweni na Tonic Symphonies on Vision FM. Kasi akurirona rito rabona Dr. Sambo, our international program director. Kasi mixer wa kahle wa Vision FM ifambisa sweswe kari tipina nongonoko Tonic Symphonies on Vision FM. Kasi sweswe mixer lava ku nyika nakambe risimu leri taka na bona Voices of the Nation rat tsariwe hi yena nkulukumba qinisela sibisi kasi Voice of the Nation ikari ya mahlweni iconductwa yena wanuna Fraser Ngasana iqolani yoloye. Kasi risimu la udumo kunkulunkulu akuri ti competitions leti ya ta melting pot. Kasi loko u yingisela kahle la u ta twa leswaku alto ya kona ni soprano ya kona swi tlhava swi nghena kahle u swi twa leswaku swi famba swona. Inongonoko Tonic Symphonies. All our friends on Facebook, thank you so very much. I welcome you all, guys. I see Sis Shingwabila of Dr. S.J. Kosa Music NPC. Thank you so very much, my dear sister. And of course, as we celebrate the life and the works of Dr. Sambo, our international program director, how could we do it best except through doing exactly what he lived for, and that is choral music, and enjoying choral music as we send our condolences to the family. Kasi nakambela laba cancer Kaya Chris Ron, one of my technicians, Tsako Fundisima Lake, thank you so very much. Mitwa, thank you, my daughter, and then Roland Baloy, thank you guys for enjoying yourself. Kongelani Wakazamula, thank you. Hope Makubele, thank you. I welcome you all, guys. Muponi's Salvation, I welcome you guys. Humphrey Matebula, Fortunate Makubele, Desmond Mukhobi, Uskelale Abutswana. We enjoying Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike on Vision FM. From Elesoko Peanuts Lane, Danilani Kutemseka Sona, Akona, Voices of the Nation, Ibunkambi Zaqinisela Sibisi, Kasi, risimu ritakahle ri conductiwa hi wanuna Fraser Ngasana a hi tiphineni hi vuyimbeleri byo hlantsweka swinene. Hi vulavula hi vuyimbeleri lebyi nga na ti accompaniment of orchestra kumbe instruments leswi ni nge vanhu va ku fana na va Dr. Sambo va tirhile swinene eka ku vona leswaku swilo leswi swi hetiseka. That's why sweswi hi tiphina ngopfungopfu hi vuyimbeleri ni vunqambi bya nkulu wa munhu Dr. S.J. Kosa loyi hi tinyungubyisaka hi yena lebyi nga na ti accompaniments tanihi laha vanhu va ku fana na va the matron ku nga vona the patron ku nga vona tatana Dr. Ruel Kosa laha timhaka ta instrumentation ti vonaka ti ri karhi ti endleka swinene eka vuyimbeleri bya Dr. S.J. Kosa. Hi twile laha University of Limpopo yimbelelaka kona vuyimbeleri bya Dr. S.J. Kosa. Hi twile laha khwayere leyikulukumba kumbe choral movement leyikulu la South Africa imlonji kantu na yona yi endleke tinsimu ta Dr. AJ Khosa na tona tina accompaniments a hi tweneni Voices of the Nation Fraser a ri karhi a yi conducta hi ndlela yaleyo loko va ku udumo kunkulunkulu.
utsame na yena utiphina na yena utsame na yena Vision FM utsame na yena utiphina na yena utsame na yena Vision FM
88.5 and 101.7 megahertz. Vision is power.
From the Sesame Mixer of Vision FM, Nongonoko Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike on Vision FM. Kasi ikari dipinsa stresi when mixer wakato wa Vision FM. I dipina ibona Voices of the Nation. Nepo barikari batu ba yimbelela bimbeleri bakulukumba tinisela nisambaku tinisela sibisi baku udumo kunkulunkulu diphumeleli nakambe loko ri karhi ya mahlweni tiphina loko nyikanya na switsongo ni ku chetanya na switsongo hi nkulukumba Dr. Sambo loko a ri on stage leswaku i nuna loyi kunene a wu nga ta tisola ku va u ri aka the competition star choral music a hi nga tiphini ntsena hi vuyimbeleri kambe a hi tiphina hi vuswikoti bya yena bya xiyimo xa le henhla hi ndlela leyi a kota ku fambisa hi yona a hi tweneni loko a ri karhi a endla misawu leyi a yi endla leswaku xitshungu xi tshama xi tsakile leswi hi nga ta n'wi tsundzuka hi swona. This is how we'll remember Dr. Sambo, the international MC, you know, like you know, the man who play with language. You talk of language, you talk of Kasi language, you talk of English, you know. He was just amazing. And we want to send our condolences to the family and also to let you know that he will be laid to rest this Thursday, the 6th, 2020, this week Thursday, in a place called Elukwatini, Batplas area. And then the SJ Kosa Music NPC will be represented by General Vuma, who will be presenting a speech that comes from the chairperson of Dr. SJ Kosa Music NPC, and that is Commissioner M.W. Ngobeni, well known as Umveli, and they will be representing the NPC fully. And of course, the police, the SAPS, will be really honoring this man, because we talk of Paul Muska, we talk of National Choir Festivals. These are places where this man really contributed immensely when we talk of the life of Dr. Sambo, and when we talk of choral music in South Africa and the nations of the world, because his works and his voice will live forever with us. Let's hear when he will be entertaining his audience, going like this.
Funa kukhuluma mina kuzozwa le gang yami lelencane. Sisebenzisa le formula in life, 50-50 formula. You add value to yourself. At the same time, you add value to another person. This is what lama strugglers agwenza. They did not only add value to their families and themselves, they added value. Yiko nje sihlanganele lapha namhlanje. Uze labafana laba isigelekeke sami sasethembisa laba nyasazimas. Puff and pass. Would eat and let your brother eat. Puff and pass. Imnan ngendebe iningi lento. There are three movements here. Puff and pass. Imnan ngendebe iningi lento. The second movement is, if you want to be successful, you must not start today. You must start yesterday. Hawu sengikhala mfana wami uBrown Dash, may his soul rest in peace. Bekathi mashaya lapha sekungena kona ukuthi ipuff and pass. Na uze ukuthi abafana basekasi la. Nangithi yangizwa. Abesethi uma ufuna kuba successful in life, kufuna ukuthandaza phela. Sishaya iguqa ehamba nepuffs and pass. Ipuff and pass. Imnandi ngendebe eziningi lento. Kanti abantwana mabacula nina analyze ukuthi bane message.
Vision FM 88.5 and 101.7 megahertz. Vision is power.
That's the voice of Dr. Sambo, the international program director on the National Choir Festivals, on Paul Musica, on Dr. SJ Music, NPC, as we pay tribute to this great man who contributed immensely. You know, you could tell when you hear him playing with the lingo of Kasi, you'll think he's a young man, but man, he had a way of listening to music and loving music so that he could even interpret and tell just kwaito, how kwaito or what the message is trying to communicate and interpret it according to music language, and that is Dr. Sambo. So family, we enjoying Tonic Symphonies on Vision FM with Pastor Strike and paying tribute to one of our own, and that is Dr. Sambo. And tonight in the a song that is coming with Kopano Chorus, one of the greatest music group in Gauteng, and led by a young man, very smart guy, and that is Monty Manamela. You know, these guys when they are on stage, you feel the flow of music, and they will be doing for us Bata Inika Risimu Leri Ringe Yashi Ingoma, and very similarly, this song was also composed by Inisela Sibisi, and then Kopano Chorus with Monty Manamela conducting this choir on the 40th National Choir Festival in Standard Bank Arena. I was there. Man, it was happening. And I want us to enjoy Kopano Chorus as they sing Yashi Ingoma and enjoy choral music at its best.
101.5 and 101.7 megahertz. Vision is power.
That's where you are at. Vision FM, the voice of hope and the source of knowledge. Thank you so very much, friends and lovers of choral music, as we journey together and enjoy together this beautiful music tonight. And just want to take this time and appreciate Visish Lobani, thank you. Godfrey Chungwan, thank you. Michael Waka Jean, thank you so very much, friends. Bafunzi Bonichifefe Chiliro Watson, thank you. My friend Mohammed Shaifu Kabir, thank you so very much. Patrick Maluleke, thank you. Muruti Lisija Makwia, man of God, thank you so very much. Okay, Ricoto, thank you. With this, how we do it. Buti Mandla Mohale, thank you. And of course, Muruti Morgan. Thank you so very much, family, for being with us, enjoying Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike on Vision FM, paying tribute to one of our own, Dr. Sambo, who went to be with the Lord day before yesterday, just when we closed the month of July. But beloved, we also want to take this time and say Happy Women's Month to all our wonderful, beautiful women of South Africa, our sisters, our wives, girlfriends, our mothers, our grannies. We salute you all and we appreciate you all. And this is Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike on Vision FM. And I gave you the choir Kopano chorus with the conductor Monty Manamela, and they were doing a piece by Tinisela Sibisi, Yashi Ingoma, celebrating the National Choir Festivals and telling when it started back, it was 1977 to date, which is a force to reckon with. And like we heard the voice of Dr. Sambo, one thing that we'll always remember about him, it's, after the white adjudicators resisted to adjudicate the African choirs with accompaniments or with orchestra, when they were singing and doing well, and then Dr. Sambo said, Hinile, Inyokole, which says, what is this? What is this? You said they cannot sing. Is this your mother? What is happening? When a Zulu man now is spiting you to say, you thought we cannot do it. What is this now? But friends, this is Tonic Symphonies on Vision FM. And I would love to say to all our friends, music lovers, all the conductors, all the board of the SJ Kosa Music and PC, all the choristers across the nation, all of us who have shared our lives with Dr. Sambo, as we pay tribute to him. Like I said, he will be laid to rest on Thursday the 6th this very week, and but through this program, as we say, Tonic Symphonies, we pay tribute to him, and I trust that the Lord comforts the family and strengthens them in his passing on. And while we are in this season fighting this pandemic, music has got a way of lifting up our spirits, and I just want to encourage us to enjoy Tonic Symphonies tonight. I yet want to give you another wonderful song, Amabuto, by Gauteng choristers. They will give us Amabuto, and then Gauteng choristers is one very powerful group, of course. It reminds me of the conductor Sidwell Mhlongo, and the song Amabuto is done by Bongani Magachan. Bongani Magachan is the one who wrote this song, Amabuto, and Sidwell Mhlongo will be conducting Gauteng choristers as we continue enjoying Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike on Vision FM. You got it, the Pina and Zelaleyo, and our friends who watch on audio streaming. We trust that you're enjoying. And of course, our friends on Facebook, thank you so very much. And let us revive this choral music. I must be honest, let's revive this one very genre that is very old and that started in the church. And let us, as churches, allow it to continue thriving and continue touching lives. One thing about choral music is that we are able to take the entire community. You talk of the youth, we can have youth choirs. You talk of the ages, the adults, we can have adult choirs. We can have community choirs. We can have church choirs. And through this platform of music, that's where we're able to address a lot of societal ills. That's where we're able to address issues of gender-based violence. That's where we're able to address men. We're able to, because we also have men choirs or boys choirs and girls choirs. You know, we can just, you remember our own Glove Youth Choir. Wonderful. They went to the States and they rocked the stage in America's Got Talent. So I just want to encourage us. I know we in the COVID-19 season, but this too shall pass. And then let us make sure that through music and through choral music, we are able to revive hope, we are able to encourage. That is why I would love to say to choristers, guys, don't let your voice go to sleep, but make sure that you are exercising your vocal cords the best that you know. Let's enjoy Amabuto coming with Gauteng choristers, and Sidwell Mhlongo is conducting this choir. And this is the wonderful rendition that they are going to give us. Let's enjoy it.
vatlangiseri vo rhandzeka va Vision FM hi mi tivisa leswaku Wavumune na Sonta hi ta mi tlangela vunanga bya gospel ntsena.
Mina ni vona ku inyana so. Mira dina a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4.
Hina Strictly Gospel. Gospel music eka Vision FM. Tlangela tinsimu leti nga ta tlakusa moya wa wena. U ta kateka, u katekile. Munhu un'wana un'wana na Sonta ntsena eka Vision FM.
Tonic Symphonies on Vision FM with Pastor Strike. Kasi indlela leyo iloko yi ri karhi hi korisela mixer wa Vision FM karhi nkhenso swinene ku va hi tshame swin'we varhandziwa ni varhandzi va choral music lava khenso swinene ku va hi tshame swin'we ku fikela sweswi kasi lava ku phula tihola ni ri karhi ni khenso swinene. Thank you to our friends on Facebook, Mr. David Mudiba, and then Bafunzi Bo Chililo Watson, thanks very much. Precious Maindi Mkonto, thank you so very much for coming through. And Dombi Zandile Kosa, thank you. Tatana Tutani Rubisi, thank you. And of course, I know the diehard of choral music, Mr. Masingi Temba, thank you so very much, my dear brother. And I just want to take this time to say to you all, thank you so very much for being with us on Tonic Symphonies with Pastor Strike on Vision FM. And as we enjoyed paying tribute to our own Dr. Sambo, who was our wonderful international MC or program director, a man who left a mark in the choral music fraternity. And we continue to send our condolences to the family. And as Tonic Symphonies team and the Dr. S.J. Kosa Music and PC would love to say, may God comfort your family and may God strengthen you in a time like this. And I just want to take this time as we close this program tonight by one of the great composers of our time, of course, Dr. S.J. Kosa. We're looking at Mintiro Yabalabula, and who can do it best except for tonight, except the one and only Imlonje Kantu Leisukaku Choral Society Leisukakalaya Asoweto Bonabaku Mintiro Yabulabula. Aitweneni loko matamena muntla ipfala nongonoko nkarnuko akamwina barhandi ba choral music. Thank you so very much for being with us. Until I meet you next week Sunday, 20 hours. Let it be a blessed and a wonderful night. Tonic Symphonies, that's where you are at on Vision FM, the voice of hope and the source of knowledge. We're enjoying Mintiro Yabalavula, Bunkambi, the Dr. S.J. Kosa. ndlela leyo mingiseri wa Vision FM hi loko ni ku ri khensile swinene a ku ve madambu ya kahle and God bless you, enjoy your night.